fuck are you gonna update that shit?
I'm in Pittsburgh with a lot of hoes. Young nigga with a bankroll.
Lil Dirt 88 on Twitter. Junior Dirt on Twitter. Yeah.
Cartoons was the last shit on my mind. I was chasing folks. Okay?
Wash your ass.
Broke hoes get nothing.
Yo, I'm in Pittsburgh with a lot of hoes. Young nigga with a bankroll. This is the Ignant Agenda. I'm your boy, way more fly than you. One, you on Instagram. Way more fly than you. Two, yous on Twitter. Your baby mama's favorite single father. To my left, the big black nigga with the bald head.
Yo, Lil Dirt 88 on Twitter, Junior Dirt _88 on IG.
What's going on, nigga?
I'm tired. Okay. Work has been extremely rough since the fucking new year.
Didn't you have a nigga quit on you or some shit like that?
No,
Wanted to quit or didn't want that wanted to work part-time, some shit like that?
yeah, I have him. So he's still there. You know, I had one guy pass away.
Oh, yeah.
And then my other coworker, he's in Serbia. He's coming back on Saturday. So he went over there to visit his parents before his wife get big and pregnant.
He from Serbia.
So,
I wonder what the COVID numbers look like over there.
well, he got the shit.
He got it.
Yeah.
When the fuck he come back?
He should be back in the office on Monday. He said he got it the first day he got over there. So that was the second.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. So he had the shit when he got on the plane, or
How do he know he got it the first day he got over there?
that's what he told me yesterday.
Then he had that shit before he left. He had to.
I think like I'm trying to like just go back in my mind, but he was one of them niggas that always wore a mask. Like
Yeah.
he was anal about the shit. So for him to catch it, I'm shocked.
Ain't know about wearing a mask and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, yeah, I'm ready for him to come back. I need some help.
I feel you. The inauguration was this past Tuesday. No. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So Wednesday. Shout out to Big Joe. He's officially our president, the 46th president. And there was also some other exciting news about niggas getting pardoned yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of talk surrounded behind Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, Bobby Shmurda, all these different people. Well, today, officially, Kodak Black was released from prison.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Yak, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but a black man being released from prison is always a win. Always a win for us. So 2 times for Kodak Black. It states, let me see. He wrote a tweet to Donald Trump. He said, "I want to thank President Donald Trump for his commitment to justice reform and shortening my sentence. I also want to thank everyone for their support and love. It means more than you will ever know. I want to continue giving back, learning, and growing. Dan Scavino." I'm assuming that that's Kodak Black's attorney. Dan Scavino. So how you feel about Kodak getting out, bro? He only 23 now, keep in mind.
Yeah, he's done a couple of stints, right?
Kodak Black has been in and out of jail, you know, for a lot of things that, you know, we shall not discuss. But
Not true.
you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is, somebody said between him and Josh Gordon, they get the most second chances of any.
That nigga Josh Gordon, bro. You might as well become a coach or something. I don't know what the fuck.
So he got kicked out
He got suspended again. Yeah.
For what though?
He violated his reinstatement. They never said what, but he definitely violated.
Damn.
So yeah, by the time he ever play again, Josh Gordon got to be in his late 20s by now. So
that's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Kodak.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his music, but you know, like you said, another less black man in jail. So, you know, now Joe he needs to right his wrong with whatever act he signed, like in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
About, drug charges. Like
Crime bill.
Yeah, like, you need to let all these people that was out here selling dime bags out of jail.
Yeah, I think it was the crime bill of 1984 or 1994. I'm sorry, and they were saying that he helped write it. He's even taking credit for the 94 crime bill. But if you really get into the meat of the bill, I can see why at the time they passed it. See, you was born in 88, okay? By 1994, I was 9 years old. So I'm old enough to watch the news. I'm old enough to see certain things on the news. I can't speak for other cities, but between 88, 89 through 2000, through probably 99 to right up until Y2K, bro, Miami was wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, between guns, drugs, I don't know too much about, prostitution and all that other stuff, but definitely guns and drugs. Niggas was wild. You know what I'm saying? So to pass a bill like that or to contribute to a bill like that, I think people forget about what the times were back then. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that I'm justifying them signing a bill that ultimately was very detrimental to people of color, but niggas was wild, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think around in the 90s, that's when the AK-47 got introduced to Miami. You know what I'm saying? And that's the nickname Chopper. That's exactly what the fuck it does. You know what I'm saying? And you got, man, we had hella gangs down there. You know what I'm saying? That was running around causing a lot of, mayhem. And so I can understand the need for a crime bill. I can't justify how severe it should or shouldn't have been, but I know what my city was looking like around that time, and that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I think with certain things like that, you gotta, reevaluate. Every whatever amount of years, 10 years, 15 years, let's go back, revisit this shit. It's enough niggas in politics to do work like that.
Yeah.
So let's revisit this bill. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Civil Act, so, the Voting Act, they had to re-sign that not too long ago. So all these things, something like that should be permanent. Like, there's enough colored people in this land where we should be able to vote. But certain things like that, we got to go back and revisit and not be so harsh on, especially something like weed when it's being legalized damn near everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I seen you watching Tiger Woods.
Man, that shit was crazy.
So I got another doc for you. It's on Netflix. It's called Crack, Cocaine, Corruption, and Conspiracy. It's on Netflix. It's about an hour and maybe 30 minutes. But if you watch that shit, you will understand why the fuck they needed the crime bill.
Especially out there especially, I'm from Newark. Well, born in Newark. I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah.
But drugs is definitely hitting up there.
They tap into the sentencing for drugs, crack cocaine, and how they came up with a lot of the rules and regulations. They talked about how when crack hit or when it first got developed, the impact that it had on communities, primarily on the West Coast. They interviewed people like Free Ray Ricky Ross. The nigga was saying, he said at one point in time, he was grossing $1 million a day.
Jesus.
Now this is between 1984 and I think 1989 or something like that. But he said he was grossing $1 million, meaning whatever he was selling, when he sold all of his products or whatever, he grossed $1 million. He still had expenses and overhead. He said he was clearing about $200,000 to $250,000 a day.
Man.
A day in 1985. So I don't know if y'all niggas know what the price of anything was back then. That was the year that I was born, and I don't necessarily know the prices, but $1 million back then probably is equivalent to $5 to $10 million today.
Probably. You gotta think gas is probably shit.
Gas was under $1.
Right. When I was coming up, gas was 89 cents. Shit like that.
Gas was definitely under $1. I don't know what it was on West Coast. Everything always more expensive.
Right.
But Yeah, man, the crack hit America in the 80s. You know, a lot of talk of the government being instrumental in bringing it over here. Freeway Ricky Ross said he was getting most of his dope from Venezuela.
Mm.
I don't know no Venezuelans, but you know
Both
what I'm
are
saying. Hey, listen, you gotta be some type of motherfucker to have a relationship with a bitch that don't even speak English, that can sell you some shit and get it over here without them, you know, without you know, people knowing. And I'm sure the government was in on it too. But
Right.
that's a great documentary to watch. If y'all out there, watch. It's on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Only like an hour, maybe an hour and 30.
It's not bad. I'm more into documentaries than
Yeah.
watching the movie.
But then watch my boy Tiger.
Right.
That's one of the best docs I've seen in a long time. If you all have HBO Max,
Yeah.
if you got HBO Max, watch Tiger, the documentary. It details everything from when he was, you know, when he was born, the relationship between his mom and his dad, his parents, how he got into golf, influences of people that got him into golf. When he hit his peak, when he was 19 and he decided to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talk about when he got hurt and when he started getting on, you know, them pills. Then they introduced the hoes. Talk about his first girlfriend, how, you remember how, well, I ain't gonna tell the doc, but they talk about his first girlfriend and how they ended up breaking up. That he was a piece of shit for that. I ain't even gonna lie. Like you can't do that. You can't break up with people like that.
Nah, that nigga. Oh, you talking about the letter?
Yeah. But yeah, like that. The documentary is very, very good. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I did notice is everybody that's on that doc, you notice he don't fuck with them.
None of them.
No more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like all the people that's speaking, is former this or former that, or former girlfriend or former associate. So that just leads me to believe that he cut ties with a whole bunch of people. And that's usually what happens when bitches make a documentary about you. Because all them bitches that was on the R. Kelly doc, he don't fuck with them either.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's one of the best outside of the Jordan. Well, Jordan I knew a lot of, and of course I knew a lot about Tiger.
Right. Because they was calling him the Michael Jordan of
golf. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was the fresh face, and I can see why Tiger was the fresh face. Nice, handsome, you know, multi-cultured man, whatever. I can't remember the fucking name he used. Malaysian, yeah.
He's still a nigga.
Right. And that was when he found out, when he went back to Augusta after the whole thing popped off and went to the Masters, they treated him like a nigga. Mm-hmm. And one day I'm gonna show Chase that. I'm gonna show you how fast.
Kablasian, my bad, because I forgot the Caucasian part.
Right.
Kablasian. Stupid ass shit.
You know how fast they can turn on you for something that really has nothing to do with the outside world.
Right.
That is one of the reasons to hate the nigga. Tiger was squeaky clean until they was finding out he was fucking other hoes.
And that's really all he was doing. They painted the picture that he was just this monster.
Right.
And that he was, you know, uncontrollable, and he was addicted to pills and all of this. The nigga was on pain pills and fucking tequila. That's it. He liked going to Vegas. I don't know if he gambled that much, but he just liked partying with women. And not to mention, to his defense, they would have hosts that would throw parties and invite bitches over to party in his section.
Right. So who we need to blame?
Correct. And these is white bitches that was inviting other white bitches in his section to party. And they made it very clear that, you know, hey, I'm a host of these parties and my job is to get
make sure they're
make sure the celebrities, make sure the celebrities are taken care of and this and that. And I remember one part of the doc, he was partying with Michael Jordan, and Tiger didn't know what to say to the host. So he turned to Mike. It's like, Mike, you know, what should I say to the women? And then Mike looked up and said, "Tell me Tiger Woods." That was the hardest shit I ever heard. Like, your name alone speaks volumes.
Because you're a $1 billion industry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't gotta say shit. My name's Tiger.
Right.
How many other niggas you know named Tiger?
Right.
It's just me.
But yeah, it was crazy to see the upbringing. Like, they made him like a robot. You know, he had to suppress his feelings.
Absolutely.
You know, maintain his emotions. And then when he, you know, as he got more and more popular, he started to disconnect from his father, and of course his father got sick. And then the downfall, you know what I'm saying? It was sad to see him in that police station. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a huge golf fan, but of course everybody knew who Tiger was.
Right.
So when you see him go from green jacket, hosting all these trophies, then now just a nigga in jail.
Yep.
And
it was sad to see, but you know, then also we have to be held accountable for our actions. Like Tiger, you know, as great as you talked about your wife when y'all first met, how awesome she was, how much y'all had in common, you know, all of these great things. You gotta honor that. You know what I'm saying? You don't honor that by stepping out, even at the height of your career, where you got all the money, the fame, and the power to do whatever you want to do. You still gotta maintain that sense of humanity. Like, this is the woman that you're asked to marry. This is the woman that you wanted to have your kids. You gotta honor her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't very honorable from that standpoint. As dedicated as you was to golf, you should have been that much dedicated to your family and your marriage.
And I agree with that 100%. Also, people were watching you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't get you on the first one. The old girl from the diner right up the street from his house.
Bro,
the pictures were blurry.
Perkins?
Right. What is that shit, like a Ryan's? Or
No, that shit is like Piccadilly, my nigga.
God damn. Fuck Tiger, bro. You got all this goddamn money. What the hell you going
I
there for?
don't understand why he was hanging out at Perkins to begin with.
So, yeah, like, you know, as people watching you, then you flew old girl to Australia. Like, bro, come on, man.
That's tricking on another level.
For real.
Flying bitches to Australia, where you was.
That nigga talking about I can't sleep without you.
Then at one point in time, he was flying the other bitch in, and she was staying in the same hotel as him and his wife.
That shit wild.
Yeah, man. Like, y'all gotta watch that doc, man. It's called Tiger. It's on HBO Max. You know what I'm saying? This is not a TV show, movie, podcast, but we just feel inclined to let you all know what the fuck we watching nowadays. Do you know who Joe Exotic is?
That's a nigga from Tiger.
The Tiger documentary.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Joe Exotic says he was too gay to receive a pardon from Donald Trump.
What's wrong with you?
That is funny. Joe Exotic expresses disappointment in being left off of Donald Trump's listed pardons, claiming his innocence and sexual orientation is the reason he remains in prison. I was too innocent and too gay to deserve a pardon from Trump. The Tiger King star tweeted, "I only mattered to Don Jr. when he needed to make a comment about me to boost his social media posts. Boy, were we all stupid to believe he actually stood for equal justice. His corrupt friends all come first." Prior to Trump's pardon, numerous inmates, Joe's legal team was confident in their client would make the cut after they flew to D.C. for an alleged high-level meeting and even prepared a stretch monster truck to pick the disgraced former zoo owner up from prison. Unfortunately, Joe was not included when Trump pardoned 73 people and commuted the sentences of 70 others. So it's a total of 143 people. His legal team expressed their disappointment but said they will continue to fight their client's freedom. Joe Exotic is currently serving 22 years in prison for 2 counts of hiring someone to murder Carol Baskin and 8 counts of violating the Lacey Act. Damn. But 22 years and you already old and you gay?
I heard somebody tweet, yeah, you can fuck with niggas, but you can't fuck with these animals.
You can't, man. Like, that's crazy, man. Crazy.
Hey, man, watch your booty hole.
Hey, night. Keep your butthole tight. Oh, man.
So I want to ask you a question in regards to this. Would you have endorsed, let's say you won, would you have endorsed, not call the nigga Tiger, would you have endorsed Trump knowing that you was going to get a pardon?
Fuck yes. I'm here for what you talking about. I'm trying to do whatever I got to do to stay out of prison. So if almost everything. Let me clear that up. So if that means, you know what I'm saying, endorsing Trump, and endorsing somebody don't necessarily mean, I could say whatever I want to say in public to get what I want. Because that's what politicians do.
Right.
So yeah, I'm endorse him. I'll say whatever I need to say.
Vote Trump. And then I vote for Biden.
Nigga, I put on the reddest MAGA hat in the country and say what I need to say so that I can get out of prison. But who I vote for, that's between me, you know, and God. Like, nobody would really know who I voted for. You just know who I'm supporting verbally, but
that's the same excuse I gave. Like,
yeah,
I can in public I can tell you all day go vote for Trump, but behind closed doors, if I feel like I want to vote Democratic or Republican or liberal, like it's basically my choice. But I ain't going to jail
at all.
Yeah, I'm not putting myself in a position to go to jail either. And I think Wayne got to think smarter.
That's the most important part. What people fail to realize is, you know, at Wayne's age, Wayne is older than me, so Wayne got to be like 37, going on 38 years old.
Damn, the nigga look bad.
For you to have been in the public eye for that long, because he's a child star. I think Wayne first got, he was 14, 15, 16 or something when Hot Boys really started getting out here and jumping. So from the age of 15, let's just say 15 to 37, you know what I'm saying, which is, what is that, 17 years? You've been in the public eye. You've had security. You've known how to move in certain situations. Like, all of these things should not be foreign to you.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to put yourself in that type of position, to me, just shows how careless you've been with your career the last few years. Because this is the second time you got caught with guns and drugs and all this other stuff. And you had to sit down for a year and a day the last time.
Mm-hmm.
So what didn't you learn from the last time that happened this time that you just, you know, you just wasn't paying attention? I don't know if it's the company that you keep. I don't know if it's, you know, who you got around you or whatever the case is. But Wayne just got to be smarter, man. I'm sorry, like, you know.
I think that apply to all rappers. Lucci.
I don't even talk about him.
Y'all niggas just be smart.
That nigga tripping, dog.
That nigga was in the front seat.
He was the driver. They said he was the driver.
He was the driver, yeah.
Yeah, they said he was the driver.
That shit wild.
Bro, did you see the story about the?
I seen the picture, but who is that?
All right, so this is a crazy story. So the lady's name is Titiana Coppage. She's 21 years old. She's from Kansas City. Says a Kansas City woman was arrested and charged with second-degree murder after she allegedly tracked down and murdered the man suspected of killing her teenage brother last week. Police said 21-year-old Titiana Coppage sent a text message to her deceased brother to let him know she avenged his death. Sent a fucking text to my brother. I owe him that body, the text message reportedly said. After reviewing Coppage's cell phone, investigators also found that she had sent text messages to a contact named Auntie in a conversation thread. She allegedly asked for 45 caliber bullets and wrote, LOL, I used too many on bro. Titiana's 16-year-old brother, Jason Ugwa, was a high school junior and a standout basketball player before he was shot and killed on January 10th. Titiana lost another brother and cousin in 2016 when someone shot into the home, killing 8-year-old Jaden Ugwa and 9-year-old Montel Ross in their sleep. Damn. That case remains unsolved. Coppage is accused of leading the gunman to her victim inside of a parking lot 3 days after her brother's death. After sustaining gunshot wounds to the chest and leg, Coppage's brother's suspected killer was driven a short distance by his brother before stopping and calling for help. Once paramedics arrived, the man had already passed from his injuries. When authorities tracked down Coppage, using eyewitnesses and surveillance footage, she reportedly admitted to contacting the victim in hopes of him and her father settling their differences. She also confessed to having a shootout with the victim, but claimed he shot at her vehicle first, prompting her to return fire. Police claimed they had probable cause to arrest Titiana after ballistics and forensics examination of her gun matched the same one used in the shooting. Titiana Coppage is currently in Jackson County Jail on $200,000 bond. So you gotta come up with 20 racks for you to post bail.
For you to go back.
Yeah.
Cause you going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, revenge isn't justifiable in terms of, you may get some sympathy from the jurors, you know, but revenge isn't justifiable in terms of self-defense. This is a crazy story, bro. Like, I don't know what I would have did. I don't know.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have did if a nigga murdered my brother. Like, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? She only 21 though.
Right.
That's the crazy part. Like,
so you
and the brother was 16.
Right. And you done seen other deaths. Like, it's tough. Yeah, I can't really speak on that because it's above my pay grade.
Man. You know, I hope that she has a fair trial. You know what I'm saying? That's really all we can hope for, because all of the evidence points to you being the shooter, you know, and they charge you with second degree, so it ain't like it was. They charge you with second degree. There may be I don't know.
It might get you on, man. You premeditated it, so.
That's what I'm saying. I think so premeditated murder is first degree.
Right.
So she got charged with second degree though, so they want to make sure it stick.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking at this case. I'm not an attorney or nothing, but, you know, it would be easier to prove second degree murder than first degree because of all of the evidence that you have in front of you. Now, it does appear to be first degree murder because she plotted through text message to get the bullets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She plotted to have the guy meet her at the parking lot and all this other stuff. She admitted to all of that. So to me, you're admitting to setting up somebody to be murdered. But with them going after you on second degree murder, like, they really trying to stick that shit to you is what I look at it as.
What I always wondered, and nobody has to answer this, like, just are you happy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is the revenge justifiable for you to sleep well at night? You know, so that's a tough situation to be in. I don't wish that upon nobody. I don't wish that on my worst enemy, but, you know, does it revenge, you know, make it easier for you to go on about life? So.
Yeah, man. Sad. It's sad. But yeah, let's get into the horny thread, man. See what we got.
I think I had something. I forgot to send it to you.
Oh, I definitely got something.
I ain't want him to delete the shit.
I think I did. I think I did this one. No, I don't know if I did this one. All right. Nick_tweets tweeted, I want her to take every Dorito out the bag individually, stick them between her ass cheeks, crush them into crumbs so I can snort them and get high off the aroma of her ass.
What dicks be on, bro?
Jade the Gym tweeted, I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I folded under pressure. Laughing emoji, busted challenge. So it's a chick, she in a lime green jumpsuit. She busted, you know, it's a video, so I took a screenshot of the video. Raheem_is back, I_S back, tweeted, I got your voodoo doll and I just licked the asshole. You felt it?
That's pretty clever.
It is. This is DM. I don't know who the DM was, but it's a dude. His name is Big_Smoker with 2 R's at the end. At 9:59 a.m. Can I nut on your feet?
Damn, that nigga was horny real early in the morning. God damn.
Can I nut on your feet? Oh, man. At Aki117 tweeted, JT squirting on me would feel like holy water. Nigga might feel anointed.
I saw that one. That's funny.
And then I got one more. Somebody sent it to me in my DM. Hold on. I ain't added to the thread yet, but I'm about to.
I can send you this one.
So he tweeted, so at Chloe X Hale tweeted, better late than never, laughing emoji, heart face emoji, busted challenge. She busting it low. Everybody know what the busted challenge is by now. damn, I can't see this nigga's name, but it's at that boy SH, and then it cuts off and it says, I know you got a mean cream output. Nigga DM was added to the honey thread.
I'm gonna see you this one. I got one I forgot to send to you. Busted challenge, but she did it in Indian style. At Almighty Rodrigo, he put the shit in Hindi, so he changed the words. So I hit the Google translation on tweet. The nigga said, "Let me eat your ass." But the busted challenge got these niggas going crazy.
Hey, listen. I ain't gonna lie. It's cool. I got a lot of flack for this the last time I said it, but it's just, bruh, twerking it out, like, I think I'm numb to it now. Every time you turn around, somebody twerking, so it's almost like when you used to see twerking, you used to get excited about it because it's like, hey man, just shaking her ass, you know what I'm saying? But now it's done so much, it's like oversaturated. Just, you know, I ain't tired of it, but I'm tired of it. And like, I want to see something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
shake your titties.
You know, juggle or something. Blow some fire out your mouth. Some shit like that. Some shit they do at the circus.
I think, to me, like, of course, you know, you seeing ass move and, you know, shit like that. And, you know, certain women can make their ass move in different ways. But I'm more looking like black women are just beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So they turn anything into like this, you know, I'm gonna put on my best outfit, I'm gonna put on my best makeup. So I just look at it like damn, like God, you know, really did his thing when he made black women. So that's sometimes it's cool to see how it twerk. Sometimes I'm just looking at the extras.
Would you date outside of you? Have I ever asked you that? Would you date outside of your race?
I think I'm good.
You only like black women?
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, I find other women attractive, but I'm just...
Absolutely so.
I'm like...
Women are beautiful, period.
Yeah.
All shades, all races, all... I almost said all sizes, but then I would be lying.
I'm not going to say all sizes. I'm straight up. Oh, God.
So... You know, I'm pretty sure that there are people out there that find all sizes of women attractive. That's great. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. But
sorry.
But yeah, I don't. To me, black women are the most beautiful women on the planet. You know what I'm saying? In every aspect of them.
This might sound kind of shallow, but I have to be worried about if I bring another race home to like my family, my extended family. Like, what is that conversation?
That's not. I don't think that's shallow. I think that's you. You know, well, it could be looked at as insecure, maybe, because typically or generally you're supposed to love people for what you love them for, and it shouldn't matter what other people think. That shit sound good in theory until you been around our family.
Right. Especially when niggas get to drinking and shit.
Yeah, I mean, we just come from a line of people that are very opinionated. And when you're opinionated, oftentimes those opinions impact the lives of other people.
Right. And I always felt like if I'm gonna bring somebody home, in general, they're gonna be bad or fine or whatever description you use.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, if I gotta bring another race home, like, them niggas about to be like damn near perfection. And then you can't relate to like the black community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Indian people may have their own trials and tribulations. White people don't have any trials and tribulations.
It's a whole bunch of shit that they do that we don't.
Right. You know, eating, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
even down to religion too, because
right.
with a lot of white people or Indian people, they may practice Buddhism or what you call it, Muslim. I don't know. They may be Muslim. There may be other, you know, religions out there as well, but mostly black people, we Christian. You know what I'm saying? We
Democrat.
You know, most of the black people kind of sway the same way.
Right.
You know, when you start venturing out to other cultures, yeah, you may learn different things about these cultures and about the world. But what happens when you come back to your world? You know, And you all gotta understand each other. It can't just be you understanding them. They gotta understand you too.
Right.
So, yeah, man. You had something else you wanted to ask? Oh, okay. So today's topic, I wanted to talk about what are you doing to keep your spouse excited about being with you? You know.
I try to think outside the box.
Okay.
When I say that, like, I try to surprise her. You know, I do the, okay, let me start over. I do my normal duties, flowers, you know.
How often are you buying flowers?
Every week.
You get flowers every week, consistently. What day?
Typically it's Thursday when we get done recording, or Saturday when I'm coming home from the gym. I try to do it when she's not with me. So Saturday morning when I'm coming back from the gym, typically I'm by myself. Or Thursday after we get done recording, I go grab some.
What is her reaction every time you get her flowers?
Okay, this is what I do. Typically I give them to Chase and let Chase drop them off. So he can see.
That's good.
You know, my daddy does this, so you know, as he gets older, he was like, okay, I remember my dad buying my mom flowers. So
all the time.
Right.
It's conditioning. Yeah, because that's very important. How you treat women around your sons and your daughters too. But for us both having sons, that's very important.
Right.
Like I've always taught Kai to open the door for his sister. You know what I'm saying? When we get in the car, yo, go open the door for your sister. Make sure that she don't gotta touch the door handle when she get in the car.
Right.
Open the door for other women. And he's excited about helping people, period. Because I think he just like helping.
Right.
But I think that's important, you know, when you start grooming them to be young men. Right. You know, so that's good, cuz.
But typically I, get a kiss and she was like, thank you, and I try to switch up the flowers, roses, daisies, you know.
Oh, so you're not doing the same flowers?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
So then, typical like around the house shit, take the trash out, wash the cars. And speaking of that, it was cold as fuck last weekend. I had to wash both of them shits. And I was cold. And my socks got wet, so I was even more mad. But, the typical shit.
Okay.
But like last Christmas, or the Christmas that just passed, like I tried to do something that she's never got. I got a designer purse. Hey, what else I got her? I just tried to surprise her with shit that she's been talking about over the course of the last few months. And then this, the next few years, we want to start traveling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, be the best husband as possible as far as those things. But I try to feed into her love language. And I think that's the most important thing right now is making sure that she's secure in our marriage when she doesn't feel good about certain, like I have a bad habit of falling asleep on the couch. She's, hey, stop falling asleep on the couch. So I got to change my routine, be more conscious of, my husband not laying next to me. So how do I feel? So to me as a man, I got to make sure I'm doing the right thing to make her feel as secure as possible.
Has she ever stated why she doesn't want you to fall asleep on the couch?
Because we be on Twitter laughing, giggling and shit like that, and she just won't be next to her. So
got it. Okay. Those are but all these things work for you.
Right.
Got it. Okay. I guess for me, you know what I'm saying, whenever I do get into a relationship, I can speak about what I used to do. I always try to maintain humor in my relationships. That's typically how I've won the hearts of women, through, me being funny, me cracking jokes, me being a lively spirit to be around. I like to crack jokes. I don't think everything is funny, but I think you can find humor out of everything. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I don't joke about. I don't joke about death. I don't joke about rape. I don't joke about, people going to jail. Unless you just did something real stupid. If you did something real stupid in that it just goes to show that you probably need to learn your lesson. You know. But humor. I'm a big advocate for like restaurants, different places to eat. You know, so we always go. I got a whole list of shit in my phone. Places, you know what I'm saying, and I need to check. I need to put an X next to the shit I went to, but that shit was terrible. But anyway, you know, restaurant, always different restaurants. I'm always gonna look like you know, date night is always gonna be somewhere we've never been. You know, in the sex department, I'm relaxing my requirements, I guess you could say. I've been trying to relax my requirements in terms of the things that I'm open to and the things that I haven't been open to. And I know that typically opens the doors for other types of excitement, you know, without saying too much. And also, I think it's important to always explore aspects of your partner that you may not have known. So asking, having conversations, just having, not typical conversations, but having more in-depth conversations with them, where you learn a little bit more about them and how they process information, how they process feelings and emotions and things of that nature. We're constantly learning when we're with people. We're constantly learning about ourselves, and we're constantly learning about our significant others. So it is important, you know, that you listen to what they're saying and then also counter whatever they're saying through your actions.
Right.
So if they're saying, you know, but typically when you do this, I don't necessarily like that. I know a lot of times us as men, we don't listen the best.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We don't listen to everything we should be listening to. We pick apart the things that are important to us instead of listening to whatever those feelings are in a holistic manner. So yeah, man, like those are some of the things that I've done in the past. I think in the future, moving forward, I can stand to be a little bit more spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to my defense. My life is so structured to the point where having spontaneity, I think the word is spontaneity. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, but whatever. I butchered the fuck out that word, and it's cool. But having such a structured schedule, it doesn't leave much room to be spontaneous. You know, because I got work, I got the kids. Pretty much those are the two things that kind of stop me from being as spontaneous as I would like to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to get up on a random Tuesday and just, you know, go out of town.
Right.
If I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I would like to do that, like just for a little day trip or night trip, you know, drive somewhere 2-3 hours, get a hotel, and just like enjoy the city, that night in the city. I would love to do something like that, but it's difficult when you got a full-time job, you're a full-time dad,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And then I have other, you know, things that I'm working on as well that kind of prevent it. So my future will be just finding more ways to be spontaneous.
It's funny that you bring it up because we had a conversation. I think it was last Thursday when I was on the way over here. She was saying, if you didn't have Chase, would you have another job? And I was like, hell no. Like, because that'll give us more room to be more free. I think once you have kids and you work a full-time job, like, it ain't, like you said, it ain't much room to jiggle with.
It's not.
Like, Monday through Thursday is work, get home, cook dinner, everybody wash. You be lucky if you get sex once, twice a week.
Shit, you should even say Sunday through
right,
Thursday.
Because you got to go to bed at a certain time.
Right.
Friday, by the time you get out of work, more likely I'm tired of shit.
Yep.
So you literally only have one day to cram everything in: grocery shop, haircuts, nail appointment, you know, whatever it is. Like, so it's very, very small room to wiggle. But I think what we're gonna do this year is that she's laid out, hey, I want to take mental health days. And I think I'm gonna just take like 2 days off with her, do something like you said, spontaneous, go get a massage together, go to, you know, have brunch or lunch somewhere that we ain't never been before. You know, you got to pick up the kid, And then, you know, hopefully COVID over, and then the kid can go spend time at the grandparents' house, and then, like I said, you can do a day trip or a weekend trip, just to, you know, go somewhere we've never been before.
I'm an advocate for those mental health days. Absolutely. Like you know, I think we get so caught up in, you know, saving days. You know, they give them to you, use them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't use mine as much as I would like to, because there are 2 points in the year where I can sell my time. And I can sell my time for money. And I use that money, you know, pay down some expenses or bills that I, you know, get ahead on some things. You know, if I'm planning a trip or something, that money goes toward that. And if, you know, towards the end of the year, usually do it twice a year, once in the middle, and then at the end, it helps toward Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Buying Christmas gifts for the kids, shit like that. So, but take them days, man, shit, that's what they there for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I normally, like, Christmas, I normally take off, and then, damn, I was about to say something. And I you know, save a couple for a chase, you know what I'm saying, if you get sick or some shit like that. Which, you know, thank God he hasn't really been sick. So, yeah, so I'm just, you know, trying to be spontaneous in that way. You know, if it's a Friday, you know, now we got an extra day, you know, he at school, let's go do something fun, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I really want to do this year, is like just have more fun before we even, you know, bring another kid in the world or whatever.
Do you think you're fun as a spouse? Be honest. I don't know what it's like to date you.
I think at times I can be.
What do you think is the most fun part about you?
Most fun part about me?
Yeah, like if somebody was to ask Sierra, like, girl, what y'all be doing for fun? Like, what's the funnest thing about y'all? What you think she'll say?
I think it might be like when we do have the alone, like the date nights. I can, you know, chill, and drink a little bit more. You know, we the type of couple that go get you the Bluetooth vibrator joint. So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so you know that I think that's pretty cool. We sometimes we'll pop up at a sex store. Okay. And you know, may buy something, may look at something, you know, just.
So y'all fun as fucking.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, cause she not the go out type of girl.
Got you.
So,
I mean, hey, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my fun varies with the people I'm with. So.
Okay. I think for me, my fun is always laughter. We gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? We gonna find something to laugh about. I'm gonna crack a joke. You know what I'm saying? I can't dance worth a shit. So whenever I do try to dance, it's always funny to people because I can't. I'm not afraid to dance in front of people. You know what I'm saying? So going out, you know, if we're ever in a spot that allows dancing, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think if somebody were to ask somebody, you know, what's fun about me, I think it would be, you know, my overall personality. Like, I feel like I gel with close to any and everybody. You put me in a room, I'm gonna introduce myself, I'm gonna find, you know, that pocket to where I can fit in and relate to certain or most of the conversation. And then once I get comfortable, man, it's on and popping, man. Let's crack some jokes. Let's drink, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some shit. Like, I've always been, you know what I'm saying, able to adapt to that type of atmosphere.
And she's definitely said that about me. She's like, whenever I go around her family, she'll never have to worry about it. If we drinking, like, she know I'm gonna have a drink and I'm gonna go kick it with the people, you know, I'm gonna go have a good time. Yeah. So she'll never have to worry about me at family functions.
That is so important, to not have to worry about leaving your significant other alone around your family and loved ones at a gathering. You know, for you to be able to mesh and gel with different people that I consider to be family, that's important, because eventually if this goes how it's supposed to go, you will be family.
Right.
And then what? Like every time I go to the bathroom, you gotta come with me.
Right. I don't need you to be my shadow.
Every time I gotta go to the store, you gotta ride in the car with me. You can't sit at. No, we're not doing that.
Right.
We're not doing that at all.
But and I think for Sierra, like I give her something to look at. I'm in the gym, like a lot. I post pictures of like my workout after workout, but she get them first, or she get them me not wearing a shirt.
That's important.
So she get like the sexy side. I mean, however you want to describe it, but she get every time I get finished working out, she get a picture, or like I just pop up like on a Wednesday while she at work.
Yeah.
Like
Woman Crush Wednesday.
Yeah, some shit like that. So yeah, I try to keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying?
So public acknowledgement, do you think that's important in y'all's relationship or in a relationship period?
Do
y'all have to talk? Do y'all have those conversations?
We don't have those conversations
about posting.
Yeah, like I know she gonna post me whenever she think about it, and I think it's just a mutual understanding.
Do you feel the need to be posted?
Nah.
Okay.
Because one thing about her, she gonna show her ring.
Yeah.
And so
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's true.
And almost every picture that she takes, she show her ring.
You ain't fucking lying.
So,
see that damn ring every damn picture. Every damn picture.
I ain't got no. You know what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
So I don't need no validation from nobody else.
I feel that. It's a lot of people that do though.
It is.
And I don't understand it. The only thing that I could attribute it to is you just not secure with this person that you're with. Either they did something to you, that you deem to be something that you didn't trust, or you feel like it's a scenario where, you're just not getting what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Either way it go, that's crazy. I don't care about posting because if I'm with somebody, I'll post them every now and then, but my behavior will reflect me being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that kind of know, and there's been some people that have pointed it out, like, boy, you tweeting the love, you must be single again. And I just laugh because I tend to not have much of a filter, when I'm not in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, posting isn't that serious, but I've learned that there are people that take it serious.
Right.
You can't control how they feel about it, so it's best that you just try to honor whatever it is that they're doing, what they want. So if it's, you don't post me, you don't make me your Woman Crush Wednesday, okay, no problem. Like, sure. We in a relationship, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Who I post. My thing has always been, I talk a lot of shit on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it comes time for people to talk shit about you, the first thing they typically do is they attack your significant other, or they attack something very, very personal to you that you probably shared on the timeline. So to prevent any unwarranted attack on somebody that I'm dating, I just try not to, because you can't control what other people do.
Right.
And I don't want us to have an issue based off of what somebody else said, because that has happened to me before as well.
See, and I've never experienced that, but I don't post here a lot on
Right.
Twitter. But everybody knows I'm married, because even if I say something like a little raunchy or whatever,
Ain't you married?
Yeah, where your wife at?
And I'm supposed to be worrying about the wrong thing.
Like, I'm just like Twitter, like this shit all jokes to me.
Just because you're married don't mean you can't have a sense of humor.
Right. So,
because you're married, you ain't dead.
Exactly. But I try to keep it as I try to keep it as cute as possible.
Right.
Without trying to disrespect her. I know we talked about this a little off camera. Can you justify cheating on your spouse?
All right, so here's where I stand with that, right? Because I feel like there's a double standard that exists there. Whenever a woman cheats, they justify it by saying she wasn't she wasn't receiving all her emotional needs. All her emotional needs weren't being met, and as a result, she had to go find somebody that filled that void. Some women may look at that as justified cheating. That is a good reason. Oh, girl, if he wasn't doing, I don't blame you. If he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing as a nigga, then you within your right to, you know, go seek happiness or whatever the case is that happens, right?
You in your right.
Yeah, you know, like that gets talked about a lot, right? But then there's another side of that to where when women slack.
Right.
You know, so if I met you, and I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm just telling you, I'm just pointing out two ends of the spectrum. If I met you and you were going to the salon every other Thursday, let's just say every 2 weeks, because most women, the women that I grew up under, they went to the hair salon every 2 weeks, right? So you was going to the hair salon every 2 weeks, your hair was intact. You know, it was up to par. Never had an issue. Nails always done, feet always done, always smelling good. You know what I'm saying? If that's how I met you, that's how I would like for you to be throughout the tenure of us being together. Because when you met me, I was going to the barbershop every 2 weeks. My nails was clean. There wasn't no holes in my drawers and my underwear or t-shirts. It wasn't that orange juice stain under the wife beater. I smelled good. My house was clean. Like all of the things that I did prior to me meeting you, I maintained.
Right.
So if I can do that, to me, so can you. And it shouldn't be the responsibility of the other person now to do those things when you were doing them before I met you. And that's what attracted me to you. So I said all of that to say, like, I feel like women get their justifiable cheating off by saying they weren't getting their emotional needs met. But shit, if I met you and you was 165 and then a year later you 198 and you don't have no kind of plan on how you gonna get back to the size that I liked, well then, you know, and you're not even trying to, it's not like it's a situation where you got a health problem or you just gained a lot of weight because you had kids and you can't shed it off. You didn't have no baby. You just got big and stopped doing your hair and all this other stuff. So, yeah, I could see why a nigga would want to go look for something more presentable because he's not getting that at home. I can see why. I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do. But shit, if y'all gonna have justifiable cheating moments, then if you got fat and you wasn't fat and he cheated on you, bitch, you deserved it.
So is it better just to leave? Or
it's always better to have the conversation.
Right.
Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not saying once they get fat, you just run off and go be with the first skinny bitch you see. That's not what I'm saying. There should be a conversation to be had. You know what I'm saying? And both parties should leave that conversation feeling heard and understanding that, hey, moving forward, behavior is going to change. Now, if we had that conversation and months passed and you still big as a duplex, you're not even trying to go to the gym, you still eating 11:30, 12 at night, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no type of conscience in terms of trying to shed this weight that you done gained.
Right. Hey
man, if the nigga stepped out on you, you have yourself to partially blame. That's where I stand.
You're not far off. Because, you know, at the end of the day, like I want to see some type of effort. Women always talk about effort. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my man need to do this. My man need to take me out.
There's always some shit we need to do.
So if I'm complaining that you gained 30, 40 pounds, let's be in the middle ground.
Where the fuck is your effort?
Can you lose 20 in 6 months? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you got to be the same size in high school or whatever, but can you look reasonable, you know, for me to find you attractive?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a tough conversation because let me not say tough. I think, like you said, you got to have the conversation. You got to say, hey, babe, when I come home, your hair ain't done, you smell like house.
Yeah.
I need you to stop doing that shit. and then next week you say the same thing. Eventually you're gonna get tired of having the same conversation. We all adults, we all say the same shit. I don't like repeating myself.
Right.
So, you know, you gotta find a way to fix it, or you gotta find a way to hit the gym, to do your hair.
Yeah.
Get your nails done. Same thing with men, hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody to work out with. Your homeboy is somebody like that.
The hair is a big thing too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I think women can agree with me on this, like when a guy changes his haircut, you want to be included in that discussion prior to the chop, because however he was getting his haircut, clearly you were attracted to it.
Right. And
that was a big part of your attraction to him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't then go make a drastic decision like you going from, you know, a shadow fade, a temp fade on the side, you know what I'm saying, temp fade in the back. Now you come home with a mohawk.
Right.
You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Or you cut your beard off.
Or you cut your beard. You know, you had a beard and it was nice and groomed and trimmed. And then you come home one day looking like Jalen Rose. Like, nah, you can't just make that kind of drastic change and feel like you can do that without consulting your significant other. Because I tell you right now, bitch, if you come through the doors with the Zeta Phi Beta Afro, if you want to, talking about you went natural, it's going to be a problem. Like, especially if we didn't have this conversation before. You want to go natural. Okay, cool. Let's talk through this. Like, how natural are we talking? Are we talking Florida Evans or are we talking Tracy Chapman? You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's a big difference. You know, if you want to go dress, that's cool. Are we continuously getting them twisted?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or are you just finna come in here looking like Waka Flocka? Like I want to know what are we trying to accomplish? What look we going for?
Right.
Because this is a unit in here. Okay.
Right.
You know, same with me. Like, you met me with a beard. I can't just now go chop the beard off and then without telling you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if that's something that you were extremely attracted to. I think it goes both ways, man. People just need to have that conversation and be open and honest about it. Because, bro, don't come around me. Don't come around me with the ABA Afro. No. We not.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, I'm sorry. I just don't want to see it.
Because we had a conversation. She was like, you know, what about me getting weave? And I was like, I ain't never seen you with weave. So
she don't be wearing weave? Mm-hmm. That's all. Every time she do her hair, damn, that's live.
So it's like I'm down for it. Like I'm certain things I'm just not really big on. Mm-hmm. Like, so if you want to put weave in your hair, the wigs might kind of creep me out a little bit. But if you want to do weave, then by all means try it. You know what I'm saying?
You just like long hair.
Yeah.
Got it.
So.
Well, then that's adding to the hair.
Right.
I got you.
But I think the longer your relationship or marriage, you need to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't somebody you just talking to. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
if you're in a relationship, if you married, conversations need to be had. You can't just be like, my man gonna like me regardless.
Shit.
Okay.
All right.
You believe that shit if you want.
He'll say that to you.
Right.
But in the group chat,
man, let me tell you what she did.
He's mad as fuck, okay? Y'all better stop that shit thinking that niggas just finna take and accept anything, because y'all do it to us. Y'all don't think that we just gonna take and accept. Y'all not gonna accept and take anything from us. Mm-hmm. So, hell no, man. Fuck that shit. Like, stop chopping your hair off without talking to people, okay?
I was going through something. Like,
yeah, all right. You finna go. I'm finna go through something.
Right. Nah, yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, you know, about Tiger, like, you gotta be committed. You committed to one thing, stay to it. You committed to golf or whatever, working out, be committed to your spouse.
Yeah.
Your spouse is just as important. They all are.
Be committed to them, open and honest.
Right. You know, it's a job at times, don't get me wrong.
It's a job all the time.
But yeah, that you married or you with the person for a reason.
Yeah.
So
that's true, man. Listen, man, we out of time. Thank y'all so much for listening, man. This is Ignant Agenda. I'm your boy, way more fly than you, 1 U on Instagram. Way more fly than you, 2 U's on Twitter.
Lil Dirt 88 on Twitter, Junior Dirt _88 on IG.
Yeah, man, that's all we got, man. Thank God for listening.
For sure.